Oh, wow. Yeah.
All right.
Well, cheers to the new foosball table. Yeah.
It's not like Asian.
That's his own.
It's my grandfather's birthday. He would have turned 97 today. He passed away in February. So I'm going to read this piece that I wrote when we went to bury him in Buffalo. And then I'll read a slobber dog piece after. That's just a short one. So I wrote this. If you have never been to Buffalo, New York, I very strongly encourage you to go there. It is a truly remarkable city. There is just so much love between the Buffalonians. And I was born in Buffalo, which you'll hear in this poem, and I never really lived there. My family moved when I was 1, and we moved outside of, around the Washington, D.C. area, and then out here when I was 8. But Buffalo has always held this very special place in my heart, and I've been there throughout the years. I still have quite a bit of family there. And even though we were there to bury my grandfather, I was out till like 4 in the morning every night. The bars don't close till 4 in the morning, and the entire city, especially in the summer, it's like Chicago or one of those good Midwest cities. The entire city just comes alive in the summertime, and everybody's just out. So much fun, so diverse, everybody hanging out together. Really kind of a bright spot for America. Buffalo is a place, is a spirit, an animal, a name, a vast belief in home and heart and family. People are still suspicious. It is 2019, we have not learned to trust each other, but we love aggressively and we protect what we know to be true. That we know is a blessing, and from that truth is a gift. My grandfather was not born here, but I was born here, and we bury my grandfather here in Forest Lawn. When I walk past houses off Elmwood, I remember my ancestors and call them to this place. Or rather, they call me here because this is their place, and I am merely passing through. My body came to be here by birth. My birth was a moment to be shared with birds and trees and a muggy belonging. When I am wet, I am in Buffalo. And I bow before my brothers and sisters. I bow before the buffalo who is my spirit and home. White people have come here, black and brown people have come here, were here, make this city comfortable. Indigenous people were here and called Tatanka by his real name, although he was already a ghost. We need our native knowledge because it teaches us about ghosts and being dead a long time. My grandfather was not a ghost or a native and probably knew only one word for buffalo, but he was a kind man and patient. I remember him always there, and when he complained, it was because he cared. This caring was evident in his face and the way he walked, deliberately, without fear. I am convinced he is walking now, and the runners in Forest Lawn will wave when they pass him by. My grandfather, David, is not a ghost. He is a man saying buffalo to a new friend. He is saying where he lives and raised his children to someone who is listening, but soon to tell a story. My grandfather collected stories and held them close, which was his personal life, interior, carefully measured according to a deep personal logic we will never know. Only those who give up their secrets become ghosts. That's for Pop. My grandfather, he was an amazing man. Recently, my aunt put onto DVD a VHS recording that she had done, a kind of an interview, an oral history of my grandfather, who spent 2.5 years pulling dead bodies off of the front lines in World War II. Yeah, for 2.5 years, 20 years old. It was kind of mind-boggling. And he was very quiet, but he was kind of fierce. He had an insanely high pain threshold tolerance. And he disapproved of a lot of my life, which, was never a point of contention in our relationship, which I think is really a significant mark of a good soul. Yeah, so he would not like Slobber Dog, but he loved me. Slobber dog number 2. You're either locked in a closet with a stranger or you're wishing you hadn't eaten that weed treat yesterday. Sent me spinning and high enough to be inappropriate in public. Making audible orgasm noises at the movies. The fungi, too fantastic. Not to say something aloud. Wow. If only the mycorrhizal network worked so well for my sex life. If only the mycelia tickled my fleshy parts along with the vast vegetable soul of the universe. Not enough magic for Slobber Dog these days. Not enough zing for Zoroaster. Not enough blimey for the Blarney Stone. The nights drag on, my moth light attracts no surprises, but look up nonetheless, citizen, and see the naked man strutting about from room to room, toes sashay the carpet, all is soft and sentimental, even the neighbors open their windows, but nobody ever knocks at the door. Ruby.
Thank you, Arendt. And our other in-house poet.